Yeah, none of the games make sense, but they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. No need to hide the room code. All right, guys, this is first come, first serve. Whoever gets in, gets in, all right? Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let her rip. It is QWSN. That's QWSN. We got Coconut, Lord Vader, Greysong, Rain Ratty, TFTYK, Skadaves in this. The internet killed itself, Library. Rip. Come on, guys. We got 2 more slots to the left. It's QWSN. QWSN. The rap's in. And Romy Lyons in. All right, if you want to be part of the audience, the code's still there.
8 players. Wow, I feel like an internet celebrity.
Yeah, internet celebrity. Woo!
Anytime. There's no turning back now.
Nope. Oh. Oh. All right, it's time to survive the internet.
Welcome to the net. My name is Todd, and I bet you don't know my bank. Okay, let's treat this like an ad and skip it. Let's start things off at
All right, what's the next story? What's the next story I could tell? Let's see, there's a lot of good tales.
So you should be seeing a prompt on your controller. There are no wrong answers, so just answer honestly.
What was my first game? Oh, that's easy. Okay, so I got into gaming at a very young age. If you guys don't know, I'm 29. I was born in 1991. Yeah, 1991. I'm old as fuck. But my very, very first video game was a Game Boy, and it was not colored, okay? It was a not colored Game Boy, okay? And I had 3 games on it. 3 games. I had Kirby Pinball, I had Pokemon Blue, and I had Wario's World. I didn't have Mario, I had Wario. Okay, we got worst con experience after this. Okay, so anyway, so my very first Pokemon game, my very first game was Pokemon, and I played the blue version. I was like, fuck. I was like 6 years old at max. I was super young. Anyway, and we had all 3 games. We had red version, we had yellow version, and we had blue version. My little brother, who was like 4 at the time, which means I must have been like 7, he cried and cried and cried because yellow version had Pikachu. And he liked having Pikachu like follow him around and stuff. Like he loved having just Pikachu follow around. He didn't give a shit about the game. He just loved having Pikachu follow him around. It didn't give a shit about anything else. He just wanted to run around Palatown with the little Pikachu just following around everywhere. And you know what? Go for it, little dude. You have your Pikachu. You have him rocking around. So he got the yellow version. I got blue version. And my parents told us to share red version, because you can share a Pokemon game. Yeah, you can share a Pokemon game. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Oh yeah, and we can just save at any time, right, parents? Yeah, we can totally just save whenever we want. So anyway, how am I so cute? I just am. Anyway, so very first game was Pokemon Blue. And I'll never forget one moment in that game. I beat the game. I beat the Elite Four. I was looking for Mewtwo because the kids at the class, we talked about where Mewtwo was. I knew where it was. I had the Master Ball. I had a plan. I was going to go at it that night. Okay? I get home, and my little brother was sharing blue version. So I'm like, okay, whatever. My little brother can play it. Whatever. He just wants to play it, right? Well, I get over there, and he runs over to me, and he's all happy. He's all like, Jack, look what I did. And he caught a Pidgey. he caught his first Pidgey. It was level 5. 5 or 3. It was level 5 or 3. And he used the Master Ball on it. He used the Master Ball and he saved because he's 4. And he used my Master Ball and I was 7 on a Pidgey. A level like 5 or 3 Pidgey just outside Palatown because he never got out of Palatown ever. He just ran around Palatown and when he'd leave he would die because he didn't know how to play Pokemon. So yeah, the Pidgey, I'll never forget it. I was so mad. I was a little dude and I was so mad. Oh, but it was still fun, stuff like that. So I played that game. That's Pokemon Blue version was my very, very, very first game. And then moving on from that, my parents, after giving us that for Christmas, at the exact same Christmas, they also got us a Nintendo 64, which was lit, which was amazing. I had games like Banjo-Kazooie. I had games like, whatchamacallit, Mario 64. And then I had games like Mortal fucking Kombat and 007, because my parents had no clue about ESRB, and it really didn't exist back then. It just like really didn't exist back then. Like ESRB just didn't really fucking exist. So me, my like 7-year-old self, and my little brother, his 4-year-old self, we load in Mortal Kombat. Boom, put that cartridge in, blow it out, blow that cartridge out, put it back in, grab your controllers, and Mortal Kombat. And we were playing that, and then my parents walk on in, and they're just like,
Audience,
huh,
what do you think?
that's fucking violent. That's fucking violent. But, you know,
Some points for them.
they didn't give a shit. They just went. My parents didn't give a shit. They just went. So me and my little brother, we were playing Mortal Kombat. We were playing Star Fox. We were playing Banjo-Kazooie. We were playing Mario 64. We were just playing whatever, right?
Here's the
And
order.
then one day,
It's cool from top.
I'll have to go back to my history. My parents owned a business. They owned a marina. And one of their workers, his name was Dan. And he came on up. And he's just like, oh, the kids are playing Mortal Kombat. Well, I'm a fucking adult. I'm an adult. And I'm going to beat these kids' ass in Mortal Kombat. So, like, he turns on the game and he invites us over to play. And he just whoops our asses. Like, he just whoops our asses in Mortal Kombat. Just over and over and over and over again. Yeah, Captain! Welcome to stream. Anyway, so he just whoops our asses over and over. So me and my little brother, we run down to the office and we cry to our parents that he keeps on whooping our asses in Mortal fucking Kombat. Yo, Random Furry, Upturned Fox, and Lord Vader. Thanks for following, guys. Appreciate it. Welcome to the mold. Anyway, so we go down to the office and we're crying like, he keeps beating us in Mortal Kombat. So my mom, who never saw this game before, walks it up and we show her. And she's like, oh, this is fucking gory. Like, he just ripped his head off because Dan, being an adult, could do the combos to do the finishers, the fatalities and stuff, and like do the really violent shit. So my mom's like, okay, yoink, here you go, Dan, your game now. And me and my little brother were like, ah. You're just like, ah. There goes our game, ah. So yeah, we lost our we lost our Mortal Kombat because some asshole just kept killing us over and over and over again. Just ah, ah, ah. We got to keep our 007 because we went over to our friend's house and we played 007, and we came back to our mom's house and we were just like, Mom, we want 007. It's James Bond. It's cool. It's cool. 007's cool. And my dad's all like, yo, 007's the shit. I love the 007. So my mom's like, fine, you can keep 007, but no GTA. And we're like, dude, that's on Nintendo. And she's just like, yeah, it's on Nintendo. And we're like, no, it's on the PS1. And she's like, it's a Nintendo game. And we're like, no, 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 no. There's PlayStation, then there's Nintendo, and yeah, that's it. And she's like, but what about that other Nintendo that just came out? And we're like, you mean the Xbox? And she's like, yeah, the Nintendo. And we're just like, oh my God. Actually, that brings up a story. So my mom is like video game inept, like completely video game inept. She bought us the exact same video game for Christmas 5 years in a row. 5 years in a row. She bought us the exact same video game. It was a Crash Bandicoot, like Twist in Time collection, whatever. She bought that game for us 5 years in a row because every single time she would go into the store to buy us video games, she would remember, oh, my kids like this game. Like they were talking about this game. And she would remember that every single year. So she would buy it every single year over and over again. And she got like, it was like instilled in her mind that, oh, that's a game that you've been talking about a lot. We talked about it because you keep fucking buying it. Stop buying this game. Like, holy shit. So yeah, that's, my mom is just video games outside of her thing. There was this one time when my mom came over to Vancouver, and I had at the time 2 PlayStations, 2 PS4s. I had one for when I was working the Arctic, and I had one for at home, right? But then when I wasn't working the Arctic, I just had 2 PlayStations at my house. So my mom comes over for Christmas, and she spends like the Christmas with us. And well, after like spending 2 or 3 days with your mom, you run out of stuff to talk about. Like you run out of stuff. And I'm like, hey mom, I'm starting streaming, all this kind of stuff. Let me introduce you to a video game. Let me introduce you to Dragon Quest. A nice, easy, like 2D story-based game that you can play. And like, you can actually, your cam is taking up half the words. Oh, my bad. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I can do about that actually. Like, can I go here? I don't know where I could go. Maybe
Let's
there?
see what that round does.
Is that better? Like, I for this game, I don't know where I can go.
Let's keep this party train moving. Go to social media.
Welcome to the Wii Shop channel. Yeah. So anyway, my mom played this game and she really enjoyed it. Or so I thought. Like, she really enjoyed it. Or so I thought. And we played like fucking 15 hours of this game. And she got really invested in it. I'm like, okay, mom. Do you want to take this PS4 home with you? Do you want to take it and play this game to completion? And I thought, man, if she really gets into this game, she's like getting old. She's like 65 now. She can't go out and run around. Maybe she could get into video games and we could have like something to talk about and stuff, right? Like maybe this could be her like entrance into the video game world, stuff like that. So I give her my PS4, I give her this game, and you know what? She feels bad, so she gives me like $100 or something like that, just to like stop feeling bad about it, and she goes home. I talked to her like a year later, when after me and my fiance separated, stuff like that, and my fiance took the Switch and they took the PS4, I'm like, hey mom, how you doing? She's all like, oh, I'm doing good. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be going out and buying a new PS4. I'm gonna be going out and buying a new Switch because blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, do you want my your PS4 back? I'm like, oh, aren't you using it? She's like, nah, it's just been in a box this whole time. I haven't used it ever since you gave it to me. I just thought you were poor, so I just gave you $100. And I'm like, bruh,
All right, let's do
bruh,
this.
bruh, why? I'm not poor. What the fuck? Why would you do that, mother? I'm not starving. I'm not poor. You just took my PS4 and gave me $100 for it, which I could get more on eBay or on Amazon or like anything else. Oh yeah, and can't she sent spices. So like when she sent me the PS4 back, she just covered it in spices like it was a drug deal. She like covered it in like garlic, in like cayenne pepper, in like salt, and like a whole bunch of stuff. She covered it up like it was a fucking drug deal. Yeah, exactly, Romy. So yeah, don't trust my mother with video games. My mother is not a video game player. And unfortunately, my dad could never actually really get into video games because like video games, they're all visual and stuff like that, right? Well, my dad was blind. So like, no matter how much he wanted to like chill with us and play with us, like he would sit on the couch with us when we were kids and like listen to the sounds and stuff like that of the games, but he was blind. So there was never really a video game that he could really get into. How did my parents find out I was a fur, and if they did? So my father never found out that I was a fur. He died well before I even revealed any of that kind of stuff. The way my mother found out was I sent her like fursuit photos of my suit. And I'm like, hey, what do you think? And she's like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, yeah, that's mine. And she's just like, oh, you took the photos, right? I'm like, no, I own this. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, how much did that cost? How much, like instantly, she's just like, how much did that cost? And I'm just like, $6,000? And she's like, bro, you better get me a good Christmas present this year. What the fuck? And I'm just like, okay, Mom, I'll get you a good Christmas present. And she's just like, yeah, but like when you come to see me next Christmas, bring the suit. I want to see it. I'm like, cool. I had shown her like photos of furries before. I'd shown her like when she'd come up for Christmas, we would go to like areas where there would be like public suiting going on. So she'd seen them before. But yeah, she's just like, she didn't know that I was into it. And she's just like, oh, that makes sense. That's how you knew them. I'm like, yeah, that's how I knew them.
And here are the results.
So yeah, that's how my mom figured out about furry. Boo-doo-doo. Oh, you got an awkward story, Coconut? Lol. Yo, that Ninja guy! Thanks for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Welcome to the mold.
Photo sharing thing. The points are worth double this round, so anything can happen.
But when I was a kid, one of my very favorite video games was Zelda Ocarina of Time. I didn't beat it as a kid. I got up to the water temple and I got stuck at the water temple. But man, I was engrossed in that game as a kid. Because like you were a kid playing a kid. I'll actually be right back. I'm gonna get a straw for my water. I'm gonna get a straw for my water. I'm just gonna take a quick drink.